everyone, welcome to Topic of the Day. In today's video, let us discuss about India's export policy on rice. Now recently, in September 2022, India amended its export policy on rice. Let us discuss a bit more about the issue. Out of the four categories of rice exports, which includes Basmati rice, parboiled non-Basmati rice, raw or white rice, and broken non-Basmati rice, curbs have been put in place for two categories. The centre instituted a ban on the export of broken rice. Additionally, it mandated an export duty of 20% on the rice in husk, that is paddy or rough, husked brown rice, and semi-milled or wholly milled rice. Now, the measures do not affect export of basmati or parboiled rice. Now, let us know what are parboiled and broken rice. Rice is derived from milling of paddy grain produced by the farmers. Now, paddy typically has 20 to 21% husk and 10 to 11% bran. What remains after removal of husk and the bran is the white raw rice that constitutes 68 to 69% of paddy. The milled rice, in turn, has both whole and broken grains. Now, parboiling is a process where the paddy is soaked in water, steamed, and dried while retaining its outer husk. Therefore, it results in rice becoming harder and with less breakage on milling. Now, let us talk about the reasons for placing these restrictions. First of all, there is a possibility of India's rice production declining significantly because of deficient monsoon rainfall in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Gangetic West Bengal. The adequacy of rice stocks in the country would ensure that markets do not experience excess demand and thus trigger an abrupt price rise. The measures would ensure adequate availability of broken rice for consumption by the domestic poultry industry and for other animal feedstock. Now, additionally, it would also sustain production of ethanol that would further assist the successful implementation of the Union government's ethanol blending program that saves costly oil imports. Now, where does India export rice? More than 75% of Basmati exports last year were to Iran and the Arabian Peninsula countries. The US, UK, Canada, and Australia added up to another 10%. In non-Basmati rice, almost 55% went to African countries including Benin, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Togo, Guinea, Madagascar, Cameroon, Djibouti, Somalia, and Liberia. Another 9.5% each was accounted for by the top two individual buyers, China and Bangladesh, followed by Benin and Nepal, that is 8 to 9% each. Now, much of the exports to Africa and Bangladesh consist of parboiled rice, while China's imports were predominantly broken rice that has now been banned. Now, let us understand what is the global impact of India amending export policy on rice. First of all, India is not only the world's second largest producer but is also the biggest exporter. India has a 40% share of the world's total rice exports with its 21 million ton plus shipments last year. That was way ahead of Thailand's 7.2 million tons, Vietnam's 6.6 million tons and Pakistan's 4.8 million tons. India thus matters to the global trade in rice, unlike in wheat where it is only an occasional large exporter. So, a sudden halt in the shipment of rice from India may affect countries dependent on Indian food exports in the face of a lost breadbasket in Ukraine owing to the Russian conflict. Now, this might even hurt India's own interests by damaging its image as a reliable supplier of grains and a trustworthy trade partner. So, this was a little bit about the topic. Now, let us take up one practice question on the same. Consider the statements regarding recent amendment to the India's export policy on rice. First, the centre has instituted a ban on the export of broken rice. Second, it also mandated an export duty of 20% on rice in husk, paddy or rough, husked brown rice, and semi-milled or wholly milled rice. Third, the measures do not affect export of basmati or parboiled rice. Now, which of the statements given above are correct? You can take a moment and write your answers in the comment section below. So, with respect to the recent amendment on India's export policy on rice, all of the three given statements are correct. Therefore, the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Topic of the Day. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other topic tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.